Welcome back. As you're waking up, maybe making breakfast, consider this. In this country right now, there are more than 500,000 people who don't have a kitchen or a bed and may not know where their next meal is coming from.
Many of them are families who have fallen on hard times, and often they're too proud to ask for help.
Well, fortunately, the help is out there. There's one organization that's dedicated to fighting the homeless epidemic in this country. It's called Family Promise. I've been lucky enough to work with them and recently visited their Columbia, South Carolina location. And I met two mothers who say Family Promise gave them much more than a place to sleep.
With this company, I was there 5 years.
Okay.
All of a sudden, they just sent out an email and said, we're going out of business.
And you were out of a job.
I was out of a job.
What happened to where you were living?
We got evicted. It was something that I have never encountered before.
You were homeless.
Yeah.
It's hard to say it.
It's hard to say it because I felt shame. I felt embarrassed. I had a lot of pride in myself, and I always said to myself, that will never be me, because I had education, I had 2 degrees, I was a single mom. I felt that could never be me.
I've been in the military 9 years.
But you ended up homeless.
Right. Sometimes things take a turn for the worse. I tore my ACL, tore my meniscus in my knee, and I just really tore the ligaments up really bad, so I couldn't walk. So my job, in terms of me having to stand up, and I could no longer perform those duties. So they end up firing me. I end up losing my job, my place of where I was living at the time frame, and that's how me and my kids became homeless.
With 6,000 congregations in 180 cities, Family Promise has different houses of worship providing homeless families shelter.
This idea that you've got a number of denominations coming together for a common cause, how unusual is that, and why is that so important?
For me personally, that's huge. The fact that there's something that's pulling all those people together, and they're saying we're going to put this stuff down to address this real epidemic in our country. I mean, I can't imagine anything, for me, more meaningful to be a part of. And so this is one of the rooms where, our guests are set up. And
how does the conversion work? How do churches transform themselves from place of worship into temporary homeless shelter?
We have a trailer that has beds on wheels, roll them in, we transform classrooms into bedrooms. Then those churches or congregations will prepare meal, lunch, breakfast.
Unlike traditional shelters, Family Promise keeps families together. They also provide job and financial counseling to get them back on their feet.
What did the program mean to you?
It meant a lot to me. They gave me a lot of hope, a lot of encouragement, a lot of support. I love the name Family Promise because it teaches families that God is love.
Never quit. That is the main goal. Never quit. You're gonna fall, but it's not how you fall, it's how you get out of or get back up after you have fallen.
Both
That's
Tiffany
nice.
and Dee, they're back on their feet, jobs, housing. They're both now helping other families at Family Promise. And starting in 1988, Family Promise, by the way, has served 825,000 family members.
Wow.
82% of families in Family Promise, they find housing within 9 weeks or so.
9 weeks.
Because
9
they're
weeks.
given the support.
Yes.
They're not just given a place to stay, they're
Yep.
given the support to get back on their feet.
Yep.
So can larger churches say, hey, we have the room, we can
Yep.
do this? So then churches can volunteer to be part of
Churches
the
can
program?
volunteer.
That's a good deal.
And one could argue that this is precisely what our churches around this country
Fantastic.
should be doing.
Thank you.
Thank you. By the way, for more information on Family Promise, you can head to today.com. We'll be right back.
Sounds good.